Released by an Islamist commander from the Hizbul Mujahideen declaring virtual war against Hindutva has gone viral. In this video, the Hizbul commander warns the center to ensure its cadre and the RSS keep out of Kashmir. Listen to this video carefully. This video is very specific in its intent. It encapsulates what many people are saying today is the ultimate design of those who are fighting a war against the Indian state. Listen to it very, very carefully. For not a moment should one think that I am conflating the Indian state with either the RSS or Hindus or even Hindutva. It is these individuals who have a very, very bigoted view of what India is. And if it is not in conformity with their view, they will go to the extent of issuing threats such as these. Listen closely.
भारत जम्मू कश्मीर पर अपना जबरी कब्जा कायम रखने के लिए पिछले 70 सालों से बिलउमूम और गुज़श्ता 30 सालों से बिलखुसूस तमाम महाजों पर बड़ी शद्दोमत से काम कर रहा है। भारत की मौजूदा हुकूमत कश्मीर में न सिर्फ बिलाजवाज़ कब्जे को कायम रखने की कोशिश कर रही है, बल्कि हिंदुत्व को भी तालीमी इदारों, ज़राए अबलाग और सकाफती मराकज़ के ज़रिए कश्मीर में दाखिल करने में मसरूफ़ है। अलमिया ये है, कुछ NGOs और सारी हिंद नवाज जमातें RSS के इस तबाहकुन मिशन को आगे बढ़ाने में पेश है। इस जहरीले मिशन की तकमील के लिए चंद ब्यूरोक्रेट, ज़राए अबलाग और दूसरे शोबों से वाबस्ता चंद बाअसर शख्सियात को जिम्मेदारी सौंप दी गई है। आप अच्छी तरह जानते हो कि 1947 से आज तक लाखों मुसलमानों ने कश्मीर को भारत से आज़ाद कराने के लिए अपनी जानें निछावर की। अब भी तकरीबन हर रोज नौजवानों के जनाजे उठ रहे हैं, घरों के घर उजड़ रहे हैं। जम्मू कश्मीर का वो कौन सा हिस्सा नहीं है जिसको यहाँ के मुसलमानों ने खून से सैराब नहीं किया हो। ये सिलसिला जारी है और इंशाअल्लाह कश्मीर को भारत के जबरी कब्जा से आजाद कराने तक जारी रहेगा।
A man spewing Islamist intolerance is today criminalizing Hinduism and what flows from it, including Hindutva. So it's a crime to be a Hindu. NGOs, RSS, Babus pushing Hindutva or even Hinduism today are the enemy. Now, one would have thought that the so-called liberals would have immediately condemned this video, but that is not the case. There are few who justify this. Yes, who justify this eventual aim of turning parts of India into an Islamist state. Listen to this. This individual is an MLA.
I have not seen the clip of Yasin Yatu whatsoever he has spoken, but what I have learned from those who have seen the video, he has not said anything against the Hindu religion or against the Hindu community. All what he has said is that RSS should not be allowed to implement its agenda of Hindutva in Jammu and Kashmir. He has said nothing against any community or any religion, so I think this needs not to be stretched too far. He has purely said that J&K is a Muslim-dominated state, and as such, RSS activities should be monitored by people politically. So I think it needs not to be stretched so far.
The silence is not isolated. Liberals are even alleging that Pak Dalals from the Hurriyat are being victimized. Can you believe that? Their interests and rights are being quashed. This is what certain individuals are today saying. The Indian state is waging a war against those that are promoting the interests of Pakistan. We have succeeded after years of trying to expose their agenda. But there are a numerous group of individuals who have come out and said quite flatly, they've come out and said quite flatly that going after such anti-nationals is to quash their rights and victimize them. Can you believe that? If you don't believe me, listen to these apologists.
Why should we tell you that?
So is it on the table?
Why should we tell you that? Why should we tell you that? Nothing has been decided, so this is what you are trying to do. I know your channel's editorial policy.
So is it on the table?
I am not going to say anything to you. I already told you nothing has been decided. The dates are still being in the works. The program is not even being chalked out. So you are asking me questions. This is nothing but to tell the story. You have decided to demonize these poor Hurriyat leaders. If there is a wrongdoing, no. Let me make it very clear. Let me make it very clear. If there is a wrongdoing, no matter who the person is, let the law take its course. But the way they are being demonized, I'm not sure. Whether they are being demonized, others are being demonized in the same way, I am not sure.
Yesterday we brought you blood-curdling bigotry against Hindutva captured on tape in Kerala. There's a common thread now linking these videos, and that is the silence of the liberal street. No word of condemnation has been forthcoming from the Yechuris, the Omars, the Kanhaiyas, the Rashids, the Rahul Gandhis, and several other Templars of so-called liberalism in this country. It's almost as if they're selective about what they think is condemnable. If Dalits, separatists, terrorists like Guru and Yaqub from the minority community are criticized or sentenced to atone for their crimes, these liberals resort to award Vapsi. But if Hindus and Hindutva are under attack, the liberals turn a blind eye. Can liberalism, and that's the question I want to ask up front after you watched these videos, can liberalism be sacrificed in this way at the altar of political expediency and appeasement? Today, we will ask that question. Today, we will seek responses and we will catch out the hypocrisy. That is what we are going to do over the next few moments. More reactions will be played out, and you judge for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. The prevarication, not just in the voice, in the tone, but the intent of the so-called liberals. With me this evening are Ayaz Ahmed, Secretary, Muslim Personal Law Board, Ashok Pandit, Colonel R.S.N. Singh, Ratan Sharda, political analyst, Inamul Nabi, and Majid Haidari, both journalists from Srinagar and analysts. I want to first begin with you, Mr. Ahmed Ayaz. Mr. Ahmed Ayaz, why don't liberals such as yourself, at least that's how you define yourselves, speak out against the butchery of Hindus or the terror tirade against Hindus, or most importantly, the hounding of Hindus that happened in the valley, and most importantly, against Pakistan's dalals who are today trying to supplant Kashmiriyat with Wahhabi Islamist outlook? What's the problem? Explain to me.
See, Islam is always against any inhuman act. But the point is, every action has its reaction. And more particularly with the RSS agenda which is being persuaded in the entire country, and now in the Jammu and Kashmir, definitely there are reactions to happen. It's but natural.
One second.
What's happening?
Ahmed Ayaz, tell me something.
Please,
You're talking about every action has a reaction.
What was my action?
No, tell me
and
something.
What was the reaction? Why was the reaction against me? What was my action? Why was I butchered and thrown out? Answer that question first. What action are we talking about?
Why tell you? Say you can't single out, you can't take, you can't pick up, you can't. Ashok Pandit, you can't pick up threads. Please shut up your mouth. Don't pick up threads. Don't pick up threads.
Kashmiri Pandits in Kashmir, that you reacted? Answer that question.
Ashok Pandit, don't shout.
Don't pick up threads. You see, it is not that Kashmir have thrown you out. It is not that.
You want to
that Kashmir is not have thrown you out. It went out under the policy of the governor that time.
That will not be allowed.
No, it is not that.
You want the Islamic rule,
out of
the
Kashmir.
rule of terrorism in Jammu
Under the policy of the governor of the state that time.
We won't equally allow you to let loose
Gentlemen, 1 second.
agenda. Mind it.
Gentlemen, 1 second. I want to go across to Nikunj Garg and Pradeep Datta. 1 second, gentlemen. Before we turn this into before we turn this into an unbearable shouting match. Now, 1 second. I want to bring in Pradeep Datta and Nikunj Garg. 1 second. Nikunj, first to you. We have a situation where we have obvious prevarication on this important question. You just heard a sample of the kind of reactions and justifications for hate. Now, how can you have a situation where if minorities at a receiving end, when minorities are at a receiving end, they cry foul, when no one stands up for the majority? Now you talk about, as some have, talked about equal and opposite reactions. Well, we all know that retribution is not the way forward. So you cannot be today standing and saying that because it happened earlier, today's hate is justified. That's the point I want to make, and that's the point I want to solicit from you. Nikunj.
Well, Rahul, it is extremely unfortunate commentary that I have just heard. Equal and opposite reaction. What does he mean? I mean, does he mean that organizations like RSS and affiliate associations have carried out some kind of pogrom in Jammu and Kashmir Valley, which these Islamist militants have done with an active backing of both Pakistan and China? I mean, it's absolutely shameful and condemnable. And the fact is, I'll also go ahead. You know, this is more than prevarication. This is actually sabotaging. For the first time, Government of India is taking a concerted, well-directed and a composite effort, making a composite effort to expose Pakistan's direct involvement along with these leaders of Hurriyat Conference in sponsoring terror in the valley, many of whom have for the first time been brought and produced in a court of law in Delhi. They thought that they were living in some sort of a fiefdom of their own where the long arm of the law will never catch up with them. That myth has been broken. What Mr. Yashwant Sinha and his concerned group of citizens, backed by some very, I would call it some very pathetic commentary from likes of former Union Information and Broadcasting Minister, are doing is just about sabotaging that government effort. Instead of backing in, you know, democracies all over the world face challenges like the challenge we are facing in a border state, that like Jammu and Kashmir, with the backing of our neighbors from Pakistan to China. But yes, political parties and even eminent citizens do not sabotage the government's effort. Here, a sabotaging of government effort is going on. And what is the government's effort? Government's effort is to block terror interference, terror sponsoring of Pakistan backed by China. And you know, what are we sabotaging? We are sabotaging that effort with Government of India for the first time with great conviction is taking. So I would say that this is not terror apology. This is not, scuttling the government of effort, but this is an active sabotage. Every time you go to Valley, you allow these individuals some amount of political leeway, some amount of political room to again try and maneuver their way through to show themselves as stakeholders in the entire process.
Here is the issue. Left tyranny against one and all in the name of foreign icons is never condemned. Now, Pradeep, what has been the reaction to this video, this hate message? And we're going to play out that video in the middle there of our screens. And also the move that is being made by certain concerned citizens, concerned for whom I don't know, to go and embrace these Templars of Pakistani agenda against the Indian state. So I'm asking you, Pradeep, what's been the reaction?
See, Rahul, the biggest tragedy and what is more unfortunate is that politics of silence is more dangerous than the politics of violence. And when the silence is selective, that is even more dangerous. That is what is happening at this point of time. If you go through the content of this video by Mahmood Ghaznavi, he is trying to say that the government of India is trying to push in the Hindutva agenda to cultural as well as educational institutions. This is simply an excuse and figment of imagination where he is trying to create a communal divide and further widen the fault line. Because we know that this is the second second phase of radicalization that is going on in Kashmir Valley. We have seen the first phase in early 90s when they had in fact forced the Kashmiri Pandits to abandon their hearths and homes. And today they are living away from their homes in exile. And nobody in fact uttered a word then. And the same thing is happening this time also. People are simply trying to justify whatever is happening. And the second thing is, if you look at the situation during the last 3 decades, not a single person from, not to talk of the other parts of the country, single person from Jammu who are the state subjects have gone and constructed a house in Kashmir Valley. While as people from Kashmir Valley are coming and constructing a house there. So that means there is only a unidirectional movement of people from one side. So this is a myth where people are trying to say that this is an RSS is trying to push an agenda. Had they been trying to push an agenda, somebody would have gone and constructed a house there, started living there. Nothing like that is happening.
Here you have apologists for Pakistani dalals. You have apologists for those individuals who are peddling anti-Hindu hate. Now remember, Hindus are also minorities in some parts of this country. So anyone who's sitting here and saying that, oh, you see, majorities don't require the kind of fervent support as the minorities, are actually wrong. Some would even go to the extent of saying that with a population as great of minorities in this country as India, some of those areas in which minorities are dominant, well, in those areas, the reverse is true. There is so-called majority alienation. But we're not going to go there. We're just going to call out the selectiveness tonight on the liberal street. And let's go back. First, let's listen to this video. This video sets it up, ladies and gentlemen, in dramatic form. Dramatic form.
भारत जम्मू कश्मीर पर अपना जबरी कब्जा कायम रखने के लिए पिछले 70 सालों से बिलउमूम और गुज़श्ता 30 सालों से बिलखुसूस तमाम महाजों पर बड़ी शद्दोमत से काम कर रहा है। भारत की मौजूदा हुकूमत कश्मीर में न सिर्फ बिलाजवाज़ कब्जे को कायम रखने की कोशिश कर रही है, बल्कि हिंदुत्व को भी तालीमी इदारों, ज़राए अबलाग और सकाफती मराकज़ के ज़रिए कश्मीर में दाखिल करने में मसरूफ़ है। अलमिया ये है, कुछ NGOs और सारी हिंद नवाज जमातें RSS के इस तबाहकुन मिशन को आगे बढ़ाने में पेश है। इस जहरीले मिशन की तकमील के लिए
Ratan Sharda, you've been listening to this video. I played it out twice. You've listened to those who are today speaking in defense of Pakistani dalals, saying that the actions of the Indian state amount to a victimization of these people and their rights. What is your response, sir?
Nothing wrong. It is forcible occupation.
Obvious.
What wrong he has said?
Will you please allow me to speak?
What wrong he has said?
Can you please
now, one second. Mr. Inamul Nabi, look, you want to be on this show? If you want to be on this show, Mr. Nabi, then wait your turn. Because if you don't want to be on this show, you can leave and you can stand in the middle of Lal Chowk and keep ranting. I will not accept indiscipline on this show.
If you don't,
and I'm telling you very, very clearly. If you have I asked you the question? You have not been asked a question. So I request you, sir, to keep quiet or leave the show.
To begin from the beginning, let me begin from the beginning. The very name of this so-called Mujahideen, Mahmood Ghaznavi, gives us the game. I'm very sure that's not his real name. The intent of the person is clear from the name itself. These people worship Mahmood Ghaznavi, Aurangzeb and these people. So they have an Islamic agenda. The people sitting here spouting about Islam and all that, will they confirm whether they believe in Ghazwa-e-Hind or not? If they believe in Ghazwa-e-Hind, they have no right to speak about secularism. Talking of agenda, this victimhood syndrome of these Islamists and jihadists, where was Hindutva when Mopla riot happened and thousands of people were killed? Where was RSS when direct action took place and thousands of Hindus were butchered? What happened in Nigeria? Education became a victimhood reason. What happened in Brussels? TV becomes a reason for provocation. A cartoon becomes a provocation. Burqa ban becomes a provocation. They will find excuse and victimhood everywhere. They don't believe believe in
Jammu and
secularism.
Kashmir,
Let me come to
he
second point.
finally ended up
The
joining
people who let me tell you about Kashmir.
So RSS
Kashmir is
was
not
heading
something which
Kashmir
began
that
now.
time when
In
he-
1930, Sheikh Abdullah led completely against the king because he wanted Islamic State at that time itself. They changed the name from Muslim Conference to National Conference to look secular under Nehru's eyes. Same 1989, same people, PDP, NC, they played in the hand of separatists. Nobody spoke up when Kashmiris were thrown out, raped and murdered. So this ideology is very clear. Ghazwa Hind ideology is very clear. Their intent, wherever Hindus have gone into minority, they have no rights, whether it's Kashmir, whether it's Northeast, now whether it's Bengal also, where they are not majority.
You first begin by condemning. You first condemn the tyranny against Hindus
It is coming
in
to
the state
Kerala.
of Jammu
So
and
this sense of
Kashmir.
minoritism,
You
when
first
they are
begin
15%
by saying that.
a High Court judge had said this logic of minoritism loses when the people are more than 15-20%. So they are trying to rule. They say minoritism is secularism, majoritarianism becomes fascism. This is the language that these people, so-called liberals, speak. For them, being a Hindu is a sin. For them, majority, even through democratic means, is a sin. So this whole argument is very distorted.
Yes, Mr. Majid Hydari. Mr. Majid Hydari, yes, I'm going to ask you now,
Rahul,
please,
unfair.
and I'll give you enough time.
Sitting here, we are not being allowed to talk, and these Sanghis are talking.
I will. Can I?
This was an attack on RSS. I will speak, and I have spoken logically. You deny any of my charge.
Okay, gentlemen, can I now speak?
Islamism.
Can I now speak? Okay, gentlemen, please give me 30 seconds. I need to interject. One second, I need to interject. I need to interject. 1 minute, I need to interject. Gentlemen, I need to interject. 1 second. I am being told that a bite from a PDP representative is available to us, Mr. Gaud. Mr. Gaud is also spoken. Now, 1 second. Mr. Majid Hydari, I'm coming out to you. Now, I'm asking you a basic question. Respond to that question and let's not have crosstalk. Okay? Mr. Majid Hydari, first, condemn the tyranny against Hindus in the late 80s, early 90s in Jammu and Kashmir. Second, condemn the tyranny against Hindus in West Bengal. Condemn the tyranny against Hindus in Pakistan. Condemn the tyranny against Hindus in other parts of the state, including of the country, including Kerala. Once you do that, let's have a dialogue.
See, I am not here to swear any alliance. I am not here to swear any alliance. I am here to debate things, not to swear alliance. If you want so, then you start with condemnation of demolition of Babri Masjid by BJP and RSS.
Well, 1 second, let him speak.
Start with the Gotra rights, condemnation of how Muslims were massacred by Bajrang Bal. Go to Kerala, see how Muslims were treated there. Then go to Bengal, how RSS carried out their Shastri Yatra just to threaten Muslims.
Don't teach me this.
See how Gaurakshaks have been killing Muslims. Just
okay, that one Gaurakshak becomes your logic for 1989 also. It becomes your logic for 1948 also. It becomes your logic for Kerala also. It becomes your logic for Bengal also. That petty criminal who goes for cow protection who has nothing to do with Hindutva, you take that protection to throw mud at Hindus and use that to persecute Hindus in the name of secular Islam, in the name of Ghazwa Hind.
What RSS says in its preamble. And
what does it say? Tell me.
Just listen to me what RSS says in its preamble. You are a propagandist.
What does Hurriyat say in its preamble?
The RSS in its preamble says, and I read. The RSS in its preamble says, and I read.
What does Hurriyat say in its preamble?
Kashmir,
What does
with its
Hurriyat say in its
oppressive Muslim
preamble?
majority
What does
character
Gilani say in
has
its
been a
preamble?
headache for
What
our
does
country
Yasin Malik say
since
in its
independence.
preamble? What
That
does
means
Gilani say in its
RSS
preamble?
agenda is to eliminate
What is Hurriyat
Kashmiris,
preamble?
and that is what you killers are doing. In the last 4 days, 13 people have been killed in Kashmir, and you are discussing this nonsense.
What is the preamble of Mohammad
Ghazvi? You stop this.
Say that.
You stop this.
What is the preamble of Hurriyat?
You stop this.
What is the preamble of
Kashmir?
What is the
you are
preamble
nothing
of
but a separate out.
What is the
Gentlemen, let's bring reason back. Let's bring reason back. Let me lower your faders. Let's bring some reason back to this debate. 1 second. Are people here on the panel suggesting, especially those who are being asked the questions, the so-called liberals who are being asked the questions, suggesting that 2 wrongs make a right? Is that how we intend to move forward? Even Nelson Mandela did not resort to retribution. Yes, Newton said every action has an equal and opposite reaction. But even Nelson Mandela rose above the basic law of physics that governs everything in the universe and said, no, we will chart a new course. There will be truth and reconciliation, but there will be no witch hunt. There will be no violence. What we are seeing, and we're going to play out that tape from Kerala once again, where liberals are completely silent. It's a state which is run by the left. The left call themselves liberals in this country. On campuses, they stand up for the rights of the Yaqub Memons, of sundry other individuals who are being victimized by the state, legitimately or illegitimately. That is a point that will be discussed in a court of law, but at least prima facie on the face of it. They stand up for the rights of the downtrodden. But look what goes on in their own backyards. I want to play out that tape from Kerala yesterday. You will be shocked to hear this, but I have yet to come across anyone taking a resolute position saying that this is unacceptable, and each and every one of those individuals that was blaring forth, spewing forth this hate will be arrested. Let's play it. Okay, you heard that tape. You heard that tape. Fortunately, not all are sworn to sympathizing with this rabble and also with separatists. At least there is a leader in the ranks of the PDP government that comes out and says this is unacceptable, that the anti-Hindu rant that we just heard from an Islamist commander, which is being supported by some individuals even on this panel, is unacceptable. Let's listen in.
Very surprising statement, I would say, and in fact I feel to laugh at this. How is the Hindutva agenda being pushed? That is not understood. Whereas this statement of Hizbul Mujahideen, it seems that it is what Zakir Musa is saying. On one hand, Hizbul Mujahideen has expelled Zakir Musa. They say that he is not with them. On the other hand, they are coming out with the same statement. This shows that Hizbul Mujahideen and Zakir Musa, that is the Al-Qaeda and Hizbul Mujahideen, they are two sides of the same coin.
Very clear as crystal. He's calling it laughable. So, Ahmed Fayaz, why do you have a problem in accepting
Rahul,
the point of view that has been expressed? 1 minute, Mr. Alam Nabi, whatever, I'm coming to you. Don't worry, relax.
Why you are being
No, I'm only sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of your attempts to disrupt debates by behaving like a lunatic on the show. That's the problem. And individuals who behave like lunatics must not be given space. We make a mistake, sir, inviting you.
We are not talking to cheaters.
I would love to speak to you. Yes, that's the problem. Look at him. For him, Hindus who left the valley because they were being prosecuted are Bhagoras. Now, what kind of a man is this? What kind of a man? Now, Mr. 1 second, Mr. Let me ask Mr. Haidari. Mr. Haidari, do you back this chap who's sitting next to you to your left?
Rahul, this man doesn't deserve to be in a panel of debate.
Do you believe that the Hindus who left are Bhagoras?
Sitting next to you in some
I'm asking you.
What right does he have to
sir, if you have any credibility,
he has left Kashmir, he is enjoying a life outside. He has no right
if you have any credibility, If you have any decency, tell the man to the left of you
because
that
he represents Kashmir.
This is not called reasonability what you speak. He has a right to...
You have looted Kashmir, you have looted
Kashmir.
My Pandit brother has been a beneficiary of Kashmir cause.
Doesn't have any right.
Colonel RSN wants to come in on this. Colonel RSN.
You can't say that.
1 second, gentlemen.
You can't say that. You don't have that license to call him like this.
1 second. Let me bring in. Let's lower the feathers. Let me bring in Colonel RSN. Colonel RSN. 1 minute. Colonel RSN, what do you make of all of this, sir? Colonel RSN, what do you make of all of this? These apologies for terrorists, these apologies for hate and bigotry. What do you make of this?
No, we should have woken up the moment the 500,000 Hindus were, purged out of the Kashmir Valley. The fact of the matter is that, what the problem here is that they destroyed
color to our movement. Just trying to
I will not talk.
Defame our movement. They want to give.
I will not talk. Let this idiot talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was doing is that what I was saying is that they destroyed the bridge between Firan and Sadi, or probably Salwar Kameez of Jammu, and tried to create a new bridge between Burqa and Firan. They destroyed the bridge on the Jhelum. I'm talking about ideological bridge, and they tried to create a bridge right from the snow to the desert of Saudi Arabia. Now the problem here is, and I'm making a very serious point, that today the problem of global jihad is that ethnicity is reasserting over religion, the one variety of religion. And let me tell you, as a student of history, when Islam started expanding, it encountered much superior civilizations in Byzantine, in Persia, and including Kashmir Valley. Much superior civilization who had much superior administrative and judicial structures and literature and poetry. And that is why, sir, today you cannot, this concept of ummah is a utopia. Because if there was no ethnicity, there would have been no nation states like Iran, Afghanistan or Pakistan. But unfortunately, what you have done is that you have allowed these people like Yashwant Sinha and gang to be consumed by a third-rate brand of Islam, and that is Pakistani brand of Islam. Now I sympathize with these people, I pity with these people, and it is my duty. It is my duty as an Indian to salvage the people of Kashmir from this venomous Pakistan brand of Islam. And look at this man's sense of history. He is talking about Babur and Babri Masjid. Do you know? Does he realize what Babur must have done to his to his ancestors? He would have been a victim of the same sword, and that is how he became a Muslim. So if one organization is resisting against all over the world, organizations are resisting against
from 1947 till date.
Yes. That racist called Babur and whose wife was from Mongolia, who was an invader and who died somewhere else. Now you are invoking that man here, that criminal.
2002 Gujarat riots.
Then the problem here is, Rahul,
right from
that world over there are organizations.
You nonsense, you don't know the history.
Global jihad.
You don't know the history.
What wrong? What is the wrong if we or any other organization in this world resist this global jihad?
I have a problem with open-ended questions. Questions that allow for obfuscation.
You have not answered any of my questions. You have danced and deflected. Don't make us wear dunce caps, sir.
Questions that don't yield the hard fact.
What would you have had Major Gogoi do? Should he have opened fire? I'm asking you, should he have opened fire? Yes or no?
Because only the absolute fact will clinch the argument.
15 judges have sat in judgment of Pakistan. Were you about to commit premeditated murder?
Only airtight questions bring closure.
Here is a meticulous register of payments which goes straight into the Hurriyat office. Is the Hurriyat nothing more but the Dalal of Pakistan?
Why settle for anything less? Demand the absolute hard fact.
No one knows their true metal until it's been tested. Until it emerges from the fiery chasm of experience, as it flows through the true course of credibility. Until it gives form to raw insights, striking every lead with full force on the anvil of journalistic integrity. Fortifying your trust with our principles and values. We know our true metal because you've tested it. Times now. Action begins here.
The Morning News Hour.
We see, we discern, we ask questions.
What has Mr. Rohit Vemula's case got to do with violence by ABVP?
Direct.
Are those people who believe to the contrary of what Gurmehar thinks and believes, are they wrong?
Unbiased.
Why don't our politicians get down and decide first before the courts step in?
Uncompromising.
What is your future Pakistani policy? What is the kind of action you're going to take in terms of economic and trade sanctions?
Because we are your vision. Times now. Action begins here.
You are just bothered of saying Hindu and Muslim. We are not saying Hindu and Muslim. We are saying what's wrong and what's right, sir. When people try and misconstrue and portray a wrong image, you have to call their bluff. Thanks for joining me live.
Our crusader for the people.
We're going to end this debate on the fact that it's crime ki baat. It's not parivar ki baat, it's crime ki baat.
His questions can't be avoided.
She has been...
There are several politicians who are today vouching for the credentials of individuals who have taken supari from Pakistan to eliminate Indians. Let's listen to some of those bites. One second, sir. 1 second. Let's play out some of those bites. There are a whole raft of politicians who are today lining up. Now, they are only doing it to appease a certain vote bank. I don't want to go into taking names and denominations. But what I'm trying to say is that there is today an attempt being made to undercut the state's effort to lock up these individuals who have sponsored terror, pelting, the undermining of every institution in this country. Listen to this.
Citizens of India have a right to speak to fellow citizens of India at any time and at any place.
The Concerned Citizens Group has visited Kashmir twice earlier. They have spoken to all the stakeholders. They have put out some very detailed reports, reports which I think the Times Now also would possibly get wizened by reading them. We are in the process of considering a visit to Jammu and Kashmir, and that's something which is now being worked out. As and when the visit gets worked out, Mr. Yashwant Sinha, who leads the group, or Sushobha Bharve, will brief you.
Sir, agreed on that, but the dates have already been finalized. But my question remains, Mr. Tiwari, the question remains that Hurriyat leaders are being investigated in this matter at a time like this. Senior politicians like you've been a union minister yourself, sir. At a time like this, ministers speaking to the Hurriyat leaders, to the separatists, does it make sense?
I have explained it to you that the itinerary is in the process of being worked out. As and when the itinerary will be worked out, who are the people that the...
They will not. Ladies and gentlemen, they will go to any extent today to justify the actions, misbegotten as they are, of some of these dalals for Pakistan, for dalals of a dangerous, constricting ideology of hate that is being peddled. Look at that. Did you hear it? The man who was today contesting for the vice presidentship of this country, Gopal Krishna Gandhi, says every Indian has a right to go
Rahul,
and basically hold talks with every other Indian. Listen to this, Mr. Ratan Sharda. These are individuals who rejected the Indian state. People somehow cannot make that distinction. I can't understand. Mr. Ratan Sharda, why?
I will remind you that Gopal Krishna Gandhi, in Norway's ambassador of India, said quietly when these Kashmiri militants abused India, insulted India, demeaned India, he was sitting quietly and smiling in Norway as an ambassador. So this was not a dialogue between Indians and Indians. So he's a hypocrite. And let me also remind, I am thankful to you that you are the only person in the media who has brought out left Islamist excess, right from Kashmir, where left is supporting separatists because that is there in the blood, to Kerala, where they are again supporting jihadis and getting support from them. This illegal and horribly incestuous relation between left, who are supposed to be so-called progressive, anti-religion, with extreme religion, is the danger that India faces today. These people who call them liberals are nothing but urban Naxals. And these are the people who in the name of liberalism have even insulted the word liberalism just as they insulted the word secularism. It has lost its meaning. They are the
Let me bring in Ahmed Ayaz on that point.
But why do you forget?
Ahmed Ayaz, one second. No, one second, Mr. Haidari, your name is not Ahmed Ayaz.
Why do you forget? Why do you forget?
Let me bring in Mr. Ahmed Ayaz, please. Mr. Ahmed Ayaz, now you please respond, sir. Only Mr. Ahmed Ayaz, please respond.
Why, Mr. Ratan Sharda, why do you forget that Gandhi belongs the one who is contesting for the post of vice president today, and is the person who belongs to
I am reminding you, I am not forgetting, I am reminding you. I am reminding these are the kind of people who may support for the post of vice president. He is not a holy cow. He is not fit to be vice president.
No, you are not born.
That's why I'm exposing him.
That's why he's going to lose the election today. That's why he's going to lose.
I am remembering, I am not forgetting. You people bring up such totems, such examples to shame India. These are the people who be quiet when India is insulted, where India's integration is being challenged. So these are the kind of people you don't want as our leaders.
He is more nationalist than you, my dear. He is more nationalist. You were not born even.
When we don't need dynasty here. We don't need dynasty. Where is Kashmiri dynasty of Abdullah or of loans and all that? We don't want dynasties. We want honest people.
You are not even born those days. You are not even born those days. You are talking today very freely.
Please, first of all, my dear secular friend, please, first of all, deny Ghazwa-e-Hind. Deny you want jihadi government in Kashmir. Deny that. Don't bring in Hindus and bring all that. You have thrown out Hindus. It's all Muslims now. So you will start killing Shias. You will start killing others when the chance comes, just like Pakistan. It's a world of hell where you kill anybody who's not a Sunni. This is your ideology.
Let me tell you, gentlemen,
don't find
that is the intent in one state, but there's an intent in others also. This is not just in one state. This is going to extend beyond one state. That is why it's an existential threat to our secular culture and our secular fabric. This is pernicious. Let us not. No, one second. Ahmed Ayaz Saab, your silence, your absolute silence today, is unleashing and emboldening the forces of tyranny, sir. The same tyranny that you speak against so liberally. No, I'm telling you, don't forget, it will consume you. It will consume you. You have a problem speaking against, you have a problem, sir, speaking out against those Islamists today who are throwing stones at moderate Muslims. You have a problem. And that problem is going to get replicated in state after state.
1930, Rahul, under Sheikh Abdullah. They are expert at stone throwing.
That is true.
Even Rahul Gandhi, the stones have been thrown even on Rahul Gandhi yesterday in Gujarat.
Please understand. Please understand.
Why Gujaratis have
your ideology?
Why they have also
not thrown by some Islamist, or some Hindu group. Excuse me. The people reacted violently. You cannot justify that. The people were upset that a man shows up after the floods are almost over to sympathize with them. They rejected apathy. That's what the people did. They picked the wrong means. They should not have resorted to violence. It was condemned. No, it's condemnable. No Indian has a right to throw a stone at another Indian. But you need to ask the question today, where is this going to stop? And I want to ask these gentlemen, what can be positive about engaging those that are on the take from Pakistan to undermine the Indian state? What can be positive, or what positive outcome can come out of giving a platform to such individuals to cry victimhood? What can be the positive outcome if you go there and reward the kind of behavior, the kind of underhand activities which border and verge on the anti-national? By engaging such individuals, this is the question. This is the question. No, 1 second, sir. I understand that, but you see, this is the question that when you pose to a certain bunch of individuals who subscribe to a certain liberal philosophy, you find prevarication. And this is where the problem today is. Oscar Fernandez talks about anyone who tries to bridge the differences should in fact be allowed to do so. This is not bridging differences. This is dividing the country by creating a gulf between the centre's intent, the state's intent, and those that are speaking on behalf of Pakistan. We leave it at that. We leave it at that. On this show, you have seen today the manner in which selectivity has actually preceded any uniform application of law.